This is the all-new Kia EV9. It's a double winner of World Car of the Year 2024. It was a World Car of the Year as well as World Electric Car of the Year. And today we are driving this in India plant. We are in the test track of Kia plant in Anandapura, and we are going to experience this on Indian context. So all my flywheelers, let's have an experience of the all-new Kia EV9 from Anandapura plant. Welcome to Flywheel. I had my first experience of this new Kia EV9 at Seoul when it was launched. As part of the World Car Awards drive, we were invited for a global drive and I'd experienced that. I'd brought that experience much before in our other channel. If you want to see that and if you can follow Malayalam, please do watch that. Otherwise, I'll explain you about this car in this video. So this car is built on the new Hyundai EGPM platform, which is a common platform they are used in Kia, Genesis and Hyundai vehicles, which you have seen in most of the car, and it's a very flexible platform, and it's got a two type of battery packs and two variants, which are a rear wheel drive and all wheel drive. That all wheel drive also got two variants. This what we're driving today is the top of the range. Some of the features which according to the legislation won't be available in this car because of this mandate. Otherwise, this is the top of the range model with around range of 540 kilometer, and it's a big SUV. It's a 5 plus long meter with a wheelbase of more than 3 meters. So it's a proper big SUV. So it is the new Kia flagship, and the new Kia flagship is an EV. That is the surprise. And you know, Kia is always known for their designs. So let's check out the exterior design first before go for the experience, the interior and drive. On the occasion of this drive, I had an opportunity to meet Kia's design chief, Karim Habib, one of my favorite designers. When I talked to him, I realized that they have very different design philosophy. And with this new Kia EV model, they are also making it more natural. So this opposite United is a basic design theme of Kia. In this model or this lineup, they are also integrated a lot of natural connected elements, which I'll explain you on the design. You can see it's a very unique design, very different from normal cars. And this design is carried on to the other Kia EV models, which we have seen in recently in some of the models even launched in India, which are not EV, it's Ceros kind of models. So this in design is an inspiration for Kia models to follow. Apart from that, they are also using a lot of sustainable, natural, recycled materials, which is reflected more in the interior. Moreover, the design is again like it's a very big factor on Kia cars. So either love it or hate it is what I feel, but most of the cases it's lovable. And in this case, you can see it's a huge car. It is 20-inch wheel that also look amazing. With that size, we can see how big the car is, and you can see 5 meter long. It's quite a big car. And with EV, you know, the space inside will be more than what we expect on a ICE cars, because the motor and other elements are compactly packable, so that they've done it properly. And very less overhangs. That means they have stretched the interior space a lot. So it's a very design marvel actually. Either you love it or hate it, according to your choice. You can comment on this. Let's see how is the Kia design in detail. Kia has introduced the new EV9 in 5 variants in 2 different drive configurations. There's a rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. And in rear-wheel drive, there are 2 variants, which is a light and light long range. All-wheel drive comes with Wind, Land and GT line. The naming itself shows that EV9 philosophy is connected with nature. However, the design philosophy of EV9 remains the same. With the new EV range, Kia has introduced a new phase, which is a digital tiger nose grille. It is further enhanced with a futuristic design, the digital lighting pattern on the grille, and the star map LED DRLs. Squared wheelage and 20-inch alloy wheels with the different designs give a proper SUV stance. It's a long vehicle over 5 meter long and about 2 meter width, which shows that this is a large SUV. In the market which we are driving today, we only get the top spec GT line, which is an all-wheel drive. As I mentioned, Kia has introduced a very new design philosophy even for the interior through the EV9, which is reflected over here. There's a floating island kind of a dashboard where you can see a big screen, which is like integrated 3 screen, 2 big screen and 1 small screen inside. So all these are like a new design philosophy which is carried to other model. We see those things on the new cars like Ceros. Even the way they integrated the air vents, how they layouted the switch, some haptic switches, all these are very well done. Design wise, it's look amazing. You can also share your opinion, and practical wise there are a lot of things which are very flexible. And first of all, I want to mention about the sustainable materials. From EV models onwards, he has avoided using all the natural leather. They are using artificial leather, but doesn't feel like, because it's very well developed. It's a very soft leatherites. Other materials are mostly recyclable natural materials, as well as some of the elements you don't feel it's like it's all sustainable or recycled material. So these are the things which are the modern luxury, which is very well seen all over the interior. It's a very spacious interior. You can see two sunroofs, one for the front passenger and the other one for the all the rear passenger. This is a 6-seat configured car and a proper luxurious second row seat. You can see globally there is an option to rotate the second row seat so that second and third row can face to face talk and travel, but according to registration is not allowed for India, so it is not there in this car. Otherwise most of the features are there. Let's check out that in detail. As with the latest Kia EV model, the interior design philosophy remains as a minimalistic design. But in EV9, it is more luxurious, and it can be reflected in the entire interior of the car. There's a minimalistic dashboard with triple screen, two 12.3-inch display screen, in which one is the infotainment system and the other one is the instrument console. In between that, there is a smaller 5.3-inch screen for the climate control. It is very convenient compared it's a touchscreen interface. Both the front and second row seats are very relaxing, and they get the relaxation package, which include ventilation, heating and massage system. Second row is offered with a captain seat with 8-way power adjustment and massage function. However, according to legislation in Indian market, they are not providing with a rotating seat. And the third row seat is mainly meant for kids or a smaller build adult. As I mentioned, the stretch wheelbase give a lot of roominess for the interior. To enhance the spaciousness of the interior, Kia has given a double sunroof which is large enough. New Kia EV9 is top in safety as well. It is furnished with 10 airbags and also have level 2 ADAS features, including automatic emergency braking system, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist and lot more. The car which we are driving today is a dual motor setup with power of 378 HP and 770 Nm of torque. It is supported with a 350 kWh DC charging system, which is good enough to charge from 10 to 80% in just 24 minutes. The battery pack which provided in the car is 99.8 kWh battery pack, which with single charging is claimed to have 561 km according to the ARI standard. And the top speed is limited to 200 km per hour. And this EV9 can sprint from 0 to 100 in just 5.4 seconds. Do consider the hefty heavyweight of this electric SUV. Let's start off with the launch. 100, 120. It can go on. It can go on. That is EV9 launch. 0 to 100 in around 5.4 seconds is what they claim. I think we reached in around or just above 5 seconds. And it's a real launch which had goosebumps. So a good beginning for an EV. That's what we experienced. What we have today is the EV9 with the top end variant, and it is a dual motor which is like all-wheel drive, front and rear, two motors are there, and it is having a range which is claimed according to the Indian test cycle ARI is around 540 kilometers. I think it's around 510 for WLTP. Is a model with the top range, and it's quite a decent range for a SUV of this stature. And it's a full size luxury SUV, and it is a flagship as I mentioned. So most of the customer they target is the high network individuals, which is HNI. So those customers, I don't think they will go for a very long drive on a one stretch. Mostly their commutes are very short, and in that case this range is quite enough for the daily use, and it's an impressive range. Battery back again, like as I mentioned, it's a 99 kilowatt hour. It's a decent one, best you can get. And globally, there are three different variants. One is a rear wheel drive, which is a single motor. Other one is a all-wheel drive with a lesser range and power, and this one is the top of the range, which is having an extended range. And even there's one more addition with the boost mode, which is not here today. Whatever we driving here is the most sold one globally, and it has got a good acceptance around the world, especially in market like US and European market, and even like in Asia, some of the market which is prominent for electric accepted EV9 very well. So I'm taking all these long, fast turns in ease because of the dynamics which is the EV9 is maintaining. We are driving on this test track of Kia India, and we have all kind of road situations. Some of them are really classified, so we can't show you in the screen, but we had experienced everything. Like, there were ambulance, there were like rubble scratches, what we call as the chicken potholes, and some of them Belgium roads. All these differently named patches were there, and we are encounter everything. There were even like uneven surfaces where we were actually going through, and there were some of the climbs and drops where we were able to experience the ill hold assist and other factors. So, in short, what I can share you here is that the suspension is tuned in both respect. It is very dynamic, it is very stable, especially for a higher speed when you're taking a longer turns and all. The additional weight or maybe a battery weight is not much reflected on steering or on the body rolls. And moreover, see, these kind of turns we can take easily and confidently. That's what I was experiencing. And the ride comfort is also a big factor on these chunky big SUVs, because the target audience always want a very comfortable ride, and that is possible with this heavy weight because it's more planted, and suspension also play a great role. In respect with the safety features, there are 10 airbags. The most interesting thing is something which come out in this center console, which is again protecting both the front passengers. So there's a huge curtain bag which stretches from front to last window. Apart from that, it has features level 2 and it performs very well. So my experience not just on this track, I was there in Seoul for the first drive when EV9 was launched as part of the WQT drive. So as I mentioned, I had a good experience with the car already, and in that respect, I really like the vehicle. It is one of the best EVs, especially the best one in Kia stable. And this is very luxurious one, lot of space, very comfortable. Even the NVH level is controlled so well, it add on to the luxury quotient of the vehicle, which means it's a proper luxury electric SUV from Korea, and it is actually competing with some of the so-called luxury brands. So that way Kia scaled it up. That's why in India the price is bit high. It is priced around 1.3 crores, which is like 13 million rupees, which is a bit on the higher side, but Kia wanted to maintain that stature for their brand. So they have a very limited vehicles coming to India as a complete build unit, which is imported, and those are all getting sold. So that means there is demand for all these stuffs in India. India is growing, especially on the higher cluster. People are getting richer, but sadly, poor are getting poorer. So this was my experience with the EV9. How do you find the EV9 in terms of design, the space management, features, and even the drivability? You just let me know. If you are one of them who experienced it, do share your experience. Otherwise, please do have a visit to your showroom and check out the car and share your experience. Anyway, please do like and share this video. And if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, please do subscribe and click that bell button so you get all the updates as soon as we upload the videos. Until we meet next with another exciting machine, stay safe and enjoy wheeling.